Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo, Japan. Thanks for watching today. Please subscribe if you are interested in what's happening in the cryptocurrency world, because I am scouring this enormous amount of content to find real nuggets for you so that it can save you some time. Plus, because I'm in Japan, there is, unfortunately, there is a gap in media coverage, and it's mainly because of the language difference between Japan and the rest of the world that uses English in the business world. There's still just a whole lot of Japanese going on here in Japan. Now, I know, granted, the big newspapers like Sankei and Daily Yomiuri and Japan Times and Nikkei and Asahi, they all have international English sections, but there's a lot more going on in terms of media coverage here, and also those international English editions are just kind of a overview or headlines. It doesn't really get down into the nitty-gritty of what's happening. So I hope to bring some of that missing element in these videos. So today I want to talk about Coincheck. As you know, on the 26th of January, they were hacked, and they were hacked of 850,000 NEM coins. I think you know, everybody knows. At the time of the hack, it was worth in the neighborhood of 400 million US dollars. I think it's the biggest financial hack in the crypto world to date. And then, you know, the owners came out and said, don't worry, we're going to reimburse everyone. And then I just saw the news just kind of disappear from the West. But that's not the case here. If you don't know, all those coins, not just the NEM holders, but all the holders of coin in Coincheck, the trading has been suspended. So it's kind of under lockdown. And you can imagine, I want to kind of just make some estimates of how many people are waiting for the answers of whether or not their coins are going to be returned, or if the coins are going to be available to be moved. We just don't know yet. There was a press conference on February 14th, but still, they didn't clarify anything except they were going to allow yen to be withdrawn, but the coins are still not able to be moved. And I don't think people are talking about that in the West. And why is this important? Well, according to JPBitcoin, which is one of the media sites here for tracking the cryptocurrency world, in December of 2017, nearly 1/3 of the global Bitcoin transactions were denominated in yen. So think about that. 1/3 is a huge number. So we don't know how many users are affected, because Coincheck is not making that number as far as how many customers they have. They only told us there's 260,000 NEM holders, but we don't know how many people actually had coin locked up in the exchange itself. So there's one way we can get an idea of the impact, and that is if you go to bitcoinity.org. That's a site that tracks the daily or weekly or monthly or beyond that Bitcoin transactions, and it does a comparison with many exchanges worldwide. And Bitflyer, which is the #1 exchange in Japan, is one of the exchanges that you can see how much in terms of percentage that represents in the Bitcoin transactions. So if there's 260,000 holders of NEM, my guess is that of those NEM holders, they also own Bitcoin. Plus, there was a lot of Bitcoin owners that maybe didn't use cold wallets and were actively trading, so they kept their Bitcoin on the exchange. And they've been totally now taken out of the market and are not trading, because after the 26th, you know, we saw a significant drop in the market. And I think there's a lot of people in Japan who have coin locked up and or got super spooked because of this is the second time this country has had a major hack. You know, if you remember in 2014, there was Mt. Gox, and that was really scary for everyone. And it seems like people had overcome that fear, even though some people still talk very poorly about Bitcoin because of that particular hack. And now we have a second hack. It's really unfortunate because I think it's hurt the confidence level in Japan for Bitcoin, unfortunately. So I'm hopeful and optimistic it will be overcome, and we'll be able to have a happy ending to this really tragic situation. But I'm not sure. There is a white hat hacker group in Japan that you might not know about. If you're kind of curious, they have teamed up and they are trying to track it down. But you know, most of this NEM has already been exchanged. Not most. There is a number out there, but it's a large number, has been exchanged on the dark web for other currencies, and it's really going to be a difficult job to track it down. But there is a team out there that's trying. And if you want to follow him on Twitter, his Twitter name is JK17. So that might be of some interest. So after, you know, the Mt. Gox hat, Japanese government has been a little bit hands-on with trying to regulate and get these exchanges registered. And they were ahead of this last hack, and they sent out notifications to all the exchanges in April of 2017 to comply with the registration. And the Nikkei on February 22nd just reported the numbers of who's been registered and who is not. So there was 40 companies that applied. 14 have successfully registered. Of the remaining 26, 10 have closed, and that's leaving 16 still in limbo. So, although we don't want regulations, but in some cases, maybe a little regulation is okay for the protection of the holders. Maybe there should be some sort of, not oversight, but some sort of standard of security that these exchanges need to follow. I don't think you can argue with that. So, you know, coming from a country that's had 2 major hacks, it's unfortunate, but I don't think it's just Japan. I think it could happen anywhere. So I wanted to bring you up to date on that issue because nobody's really talking about it over there, and you need to know that all those coins on Coincheck are still not being traded. So let's hope they get that solved quickly, and people can overcome the fear that they've experienced from this bad case scenario. And yeah, that's about all I have to say for you today. So all the links will be down below. Oh, DataDash. DataDash is coming back. I didn't tell you, but he's a fantastic YouTuber that's been away from the YouTube video making scene for about a month. And he made an announcement that he's returned from a trip, and he's going to be bringing his content back to the space. So be sure to take a look at DataDash if you have not been following him. Okay, everybody, take care, and I'll update you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye-bye.